அவ கேட்டு கரெக்டா வீட்டுக்கே வந்து கொடுத்துருக்கலாம். அவளுக்கு கூப்பிட்டு அவசியமா?
வேணும்னே தான் கூப்பிட்டு வந்தேன். ரூம்ல உட்காந்து தண்ணி அடிச்சா நல்லா இருக்கும். ஆனா இங்க பாரு, கூல் பிரீசி வெதர், சின்ன சேஞ்ச் ஓவர், புது புது மனுஷன், அவங்க சொல்ல போற கதைகள்.
நடிகருக்கு வணக்கம். தம்பி, நான் வெறும் மேக்கப் மேன் தான். சிம்பு சார் தான் நடிகரு. ஓ, அப்ப நீங்க நடிக்கலையா? நான் நடிக்கலப்பா. ஓஹோ, தெரியாமலே கேக்குறியா? ஊர்ல இருந்து வந்திருக்கேன். சினிமா ஃபீல்ட பத்தி அவ்வளவா தெரியாது. கதை சொல்லவானா? சொல்லு. நரேஷன் டு சிம்பு சார் மேக்கப் மேன் வேலாயுதம், மேக்கப் சீஃப். உங்க பேர் என்னன்னா?
சரவண.
சரவண. ஏதோ என் சேஃப்டிக்காக தானே. பண்ண ஒரு பெரிய ஜூம் ஷாட்.
Hello, Kishan. Are you there? Hello, Kishan. Dr. Kishan?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah. We have made you as a host, Kishan. I'm traveling actually.
Yes.
The meeting will be recorded in our main computer. Okay.
Yes.
Just you have to introduce yourself.
Yes.
I'll be in the meeting only, but I can't come in between. Okay. Anything
sir.
you just call me otherwise. Right.
Sure.
Don't worry about recording. I think 5 participants are there. You can wait for another 5 o'clock, 5:10. You can start. Go slowly. Show demo as you told. Right.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be in mute only. Don't worry. Just introduce yourself. Yeah. Just tell what you are going to do today. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Bye. Bye. We'll start in another 2-3 minutes. Krishan, you can start. Dr. Krishan?
Sir, I was trying to share, but I think I am not the host. That's why I.
You're a host, you can share it.
No, sir.
Is there a problem with sharing?
Maybe I got exited due to network issue or what. I am not the host.
You're not the host?
Yeah.
Just I will check. Okay. Hello?
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Krishan, can you able to share the screen?
No, sir. It is showing
You're a
only the
host
host.
now.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try again.
रात की क्लास कैंसिल है संडे वाली नहीं होती एस्थमा वाली
Still, sir, I am not able to host.
3-4 क्लासेस बाकी है ना.
Still, sir, I am not the host actually.
No, when you share, try to share, there is something like some message is coming. Send request.
Yeah.
Did you send the request?
No, it's saying only the host can share in the meeting. There is no option of sending the request. Otherwise, I would have.
No, we are getting. So when I try to share, sharing is not turned on. You can request sharing for this meeting. Or Deepak sir, you can leave the meeting, making him the host, and you can rejoin. When you try to leave, it will ask you.
यहाँ भूख के मारे अतड़ियाँ निकले जा रही है. फिर भी कुछ खास नहीं खाने को मिला था मुझे. मैंगो खाते. अंगूर खा लेते.
Hello, Deepak.
आज के सर, आज की क्लास.
Yeah. Now you are the host. Yeah.
MBA है ये.
Now Vikram Bansal is the host. Who is that? No, he made somebody else.
क्या करेंगे ये बड़ा हो. नहीं ऐसे ही साफ हो जाते हैं लोग. इतना पढ़ना वढ़ना नहीं चाहिए. माइंड मजे करते रहना चाहिए.
I request all the participants to kindly mute themselves. Or I.
Now, Krishan, you are made host. Just try to share the screen.
So right now, sir, Dr. Vikram Bansal is shown as a host. I'll try to share.
You tell him to make you as a host. Dr. Vikram, you click on the 3 buttons. Dr. Vikram.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Vikram, you click on the 3 buttons on Dr. KRISHAN RAJBHAR and the participant.
On Dr. Krishan
RAJBHAR.
Yes.
Click on the 3 buttons after the name Dr. KRISHAN RAJBHAR. You make him as a host.
Make host. Yes.
You click on the 3 buttons next to the
Do you want to
KRISHAN
be the host? Yes.
Yeah. Now
Done,
try Dr. Krishan.
Yes, sir. I'll thank you.
Dr. Vikram, host.
Is it
now
done,
is it
sir?
okay? Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Vikram.
Welcome, sir.
Hello all. I think you are able to see my screen.
No.
You are able to.
Yeah. Now it is coming. Now
Yes, sir, we can see.
Yes, sir.
So myself, Dr. Krishan, and if in between, if anybody of you please.
Yeah. Now it is open.
Actually, today my laptop broke down, so I am logging from my iPad. Normally, I don't do meetings with my iPad. So I think today I have posted in a group. So if by chance I got disconnected, please just text me. So I'll reconnect, or sometimes it happens. So my screen is visible now, and I am audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I welcome you all to the today's session. So today's session is on ethical angle of AI and medical legal regulations. So I am primarily a ENT surgeon and medical legal consultant based in Delhi. And in AI and all, I am working for last 2 years. So initially I started educating AI, then I entered into AI research also. So this is something about me. So today, how we will proceed the sessions. This session is for approximately 2 hours. So as posted in the group also, I'll discuss science behind medical legal regulation. We'll start with that. Then we'll discuss the various aspects of medical legal regulations of AI, and along with the DPDP Act, which is for our country. I'll briefly touch upon GDPR and HIPAA also. And other than that, we'll do some hands-on sessions. So for hands-on sessions, I'd like 1 or 2 volunteers to share their screen. Then it will be very interactive, and we'll also try to understand what hurdles participant will try to understand what hurdles they may face while doing this. So in that way, it will be useful. So anybody want to volunteer for those things, please unmute yourself and tell once we start the hands-on. So there will be 4-5 hands-on, and in this presentation there are few things which is not relevant to the practitioners as such, which is for developers and all. So we'll briefly touch upon those. Otherwise we'll discuss those things which are relevant to us as a pediatricians, as a clinical practitioner. So in between, if you are not getting my voice, please unmute and tell, or you can put just text me also, or you can put in the group also, WhatsApp group. So I think you all are clear with this. We can start.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So coming to the science behind medical legal regulations of AI. So I remember my school days when my teachers used to say that any technology should not be understood in the terms of benefit only it is causing. We should take care of other things also, including medical legal. So as a doctor, for using AI in healthcare, we should understand its social, economical, environmental, political, administrative, legal, and consequently medical legal angles. So AI should be understood from that perspective also. That no, anyways, we are using AI, but what are the medical legal challenges or medical legal risks it poses? What are the social risks it poses? And if AI, many a times we doctors are also in a governance or policy making in government setups in ministry. So we should take care of this, and we should come with a better policies so that there should not be any disparity in the technology distribution. We all know that green revolutions, white revolutions, green revolutions benefited only particular states, not all the states. Why? Because due to the lack of resource, government prioritized few particular states, Haryana, Punjab, West UP and all. So similarly, in a developing country, it is always challenging. So government prioritize, but if we prioritize developing as well as deploying any AI technology to particular demography, to particular regions, it can have some havoc also. So we should be mindful about that. Having said that in mind, we are coming with this healthcare AI paradox. So there are some hype and there are some reality. We'll see. There is a statement that the answers to our current health crisis is AI. AI is better than doctors, and we should be using it now. AI is completely different. We are not ready for it. It is a wild west out there. So you all please give your opinion. So you think both statements are correct or partially correct or incorrect? Please unmute yourself, and anyone please. And it's an interactive session, so I like to interact with the people. So please give your opinion also. In this, it will orient me to customize the sessions as per your expectations also.
AI,
Yeah.
AI in current health can help the doctors, but it can't replace the doctors.
Yeah.
But it can augment the work that we do.
Okay. So how I think AI, both his statement is not 100% correct and not 100% wrong also. So it's a thing like we have to make a balance between those two extremes. Like AI is different, but it's not an exceptional. And exceptional in the terms that it should follow law of the land and law of logic also, or evidence also. We'll see in the coming slides.
I'm not telling.
I'll request participant to unmute because in the iPad I'm not able to follow. I have to toggle back if I want to mute. So please take care of these things. AI doesn't sit outside the rule of evidence, nor does it sit outside the rule of law. So any technology, any AI integrated technology we are coming through or we are using in our healthcare, we should be mindful of that. And how do we critically evaluate AI healthcare technology to ensure that they align with the patient benefit, safety, and societal trust? And trust is most important of all the things, because it takes many decades to build a trust and a single minute to break it. So there is a concept called algorithmic injustice. Anybody of you has come across this concept? If yes, please unmute and tell what you know about it. What is algorithmic injustice? If not, I'll proceed. Anybody? So we will we'll discuss this. What is algorithmic injustice? So algorithm is from the initial class you might be aware that algorithm. What is algorithm? Algorithm is any AI model work on this algorithm. So if we do some mistake, or if we don't develop the algorithm properly, naturally that will give us wrong output, which is not the correct one. And if this wrong output is integrated or is included in our clinical judgment without using our logic, that's why human should take care. A human doctor should be in the loop. So if this is taken care, this doesn't get taken care, it comes into our clinical judgment, then can have we'll see like world to data, real world patterns of healthcare inequality.
Sir, can you ask the other participant to mute?
I will only have to do it because it is getting.
You can mute that. I think somebody is talking.
The problem is that in iPad I have to toggle back. Means I have to change the screen and all. That is the problem. So that's why I wanted to. So I think screen is
yes, sir, visible.
Yeah. Yeah. So like world to data, like real world pattern of healthcare inequality and discriminatory data collection, corrupt raw inputs. Like we.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Not able to listen, sir.
Sir, voice is breaking.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Not audible.
Kishan, switch off your video. Only enable audio. I think there is some low internet bandwidth with you. Please try that. Dr. Kishan, there is some problem with the Dr. Kishan's internet. Kindly bear. I think 2-3 minutes he will rejoin. Actually, I am also traveling.
தவறு இந்த வார்த்தையை நீங்கள் அழைப்பு கொடுத்து நீக்க வேண்டும். மாற்றி சொல்லுங்க. யாரும் மாற்றியா சொல்லல. மண்டல் மண்ணை எடுத்து பயன்படுத்தும். நிலத்துக்கு தான் இயற்கை உரமா பயன்படுத்தும்.
My screen is visible now.
Yes, Krishan. If internet which is very this thing, you can switch off your video, Krishan.
Yes, sir.
Now it is visible. Please go on. Dear learners, I am very sorry for technical this thing. Please carry on, Dr. Krishan. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was discussing,
Any problem, Dr. Krishan? Mhm.
Sir, can you make a call and find out? Sir, you are muted. Muted.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah.
So regarding the last class, another 10-15 minutes he is going to join. By that time, any doubts regarding the last class regarding AI preparedness or readiness, generative AI, any terminologies, any difficulties, you unmute and ask me one by one.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Deepak, sir.
Please, sir, please.
Can we use Meta AI?
Sir, Meta is a very weak AI. Please don't use it. It is from the Facebook. I use
sir.
Meta AI only for to download the offline AI model called Olama. Okay, that we will show you in the some next 2 to 3 sessions. I'm going to show you. So Olama is from Meta AI. We download Olama and we can download many Medjama and all small language models through Olama, and you can do offline AI activities.
Okay,
So your WhatsApp Meta AI and all, it is the hallucinating a lot. Okay, it is not updated. Please don't use Meta AI. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
It's a very weak AI, to be frank with you. Only thing.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Download various small language models like Medjama. Okay. So what is the use of that? You can do offline AI studies or research. Okay. That I'm going to show in a demo session when we come to how to use this AI models, various AI models in our research purpose. All those things I'm going to show you a demo. Regarding
sir.
terminologies, any doubts you have? Regarding machine learning, deep learning, CNN, RNN. All of you have watched the videos? If you have not, try to watch whenever you are free during your leisure time, during your bed hours. Once you are listening and you become familiar with these terminologies, no, then you can understand it in a better way, in a deeper way. Any other doubts regarding
No,
the
sir.
first class? Have you tried Perplexity? Have you tried Gemini? Have you tried Claude, ChatGPT? Anybody has tried? I think Krishan has joined. Krishan?
Yes,
Shall I make you
yes, sir.
host?
I'm just converting the PPT to PDF
No
to share.
problem. You tell them the theory,
Yes,
contextual
yes, sir.
theory without the slides. Okay. So any other doubts, dear learners, regarding the first
Yeah,
class?
yes, sir. I'll do that. Meanwhile, the slide is
Yeah, I will
getting
engage them.
converted.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Because I have a good internet in my traveling. So I stopped my car. Don't worry. You take your own time. Yes, sir, doctors, Dr. Guna Singh,
Yes, sir.
Dr. Kalyana Shattar, welcome to you. I think you joined late. But please watch the video link that I have sent. Any doubts, please let us know in the group.
Yes, sir. I joined today. I watched
Yes,
that
sir.
video, only half of it. I'll
No,
just
you
watch
take
it
your
today.
time, sir. It's almost 2.5 hours video because
Yeah,
class
yes.
went till 11:30. But this is a very basic foundation, sir. You have to remember those terminologies like what is artificial intelligence, what is data, what is machine learning, what are the types of machine learning, supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement learning. And in the deep learning, you should know about what is inner layer, what is outer layer, what is input layer, and what is perceptron. So all these things, even with the notes I am going to send, okay. Then just to know about natural language processing, NLP it is called. So these are the few terminologies that you should be knowing as a AI-enabled pediatrician, sir. So all
Yes,
these
sir. Yes, sir.
YouTube videos will be there, and I'm going to share the Gamma, I think, link I have sent to you, the PPTs.
Yeah, yes.
I'm giving you the hand notes also, sir.
Okay, sure.
You please go through, sir. And
Sure,
one more
sure.
learner has joined from Maharashtra, I think. I don't exactly, I think from Kerala, I think. Yeah. I don't remember exactly the name. So both of you are new to this second class. So please go through this, then only you can understand, sir. If any doubts, you put it in the Random Forest WhatsApp group, sir. It will be there till the end. So you can converse with us. Okay, sir.
Sure, sir.
Regarding other learners, Dr. Gunasingh and all, any doubt? Dr. Sridhar?
Actually, today I just upload a
Yes.
child video. I just want to know whether fast breathing. The mother sent me a video. So I put it in Gemini, it exactly counted the respiratory rate also. So
Yeah, yeah.
which one will be good for video uploading? Is it
Sir,
mm,
sir, actually, these are all medically not trained. Sometimes it can hallucinate.
okay,
So to interpreting a medical video, no, it has to be highly validated. Okay. Maybe in
yeah,
the Monday A update hours, tomorrow night, we have a live session from a tech doctor with a technology builder, Dr. Himani Singh. She is going to show you how this image analysis, video analysis they are going to do, because they are going to come up with a X-ray model. Okay, in that you are going to learn, sir. So interpretation of videos will be very difficult. I think the Claude is the one which will give you the most valid and expected answer, sir. Next is ChatGPT and Gemini. These three are very good. Regarding interpretation of videos, interpretation of complex case analysis, sir. Any other doubts, friends? Dr. Gunas Singh, sir?
okay. No problem. Thank you.
But whenever you put a video or any image, no, give a proper context. For example, if you are giving a video of a child to a student in an exam, you will give a context. No, this is a case of this.
Yeah.
Same thing you have to talk to the your LLM, whether it is a Claude or no. More and more context you give, the more and more answers they will be precise. And I told you the Claude Opus and Claude Fable, no, they are so conscious. It will ask you the follow-up question. Dr. Deepak, you are telling this and these things and you have uploaded this video. I need some more information on this. Could it be this? Could it be that? You want to do like this? You want to do like this? So it is going to ask you the follow-up questions, leading questions. So you have to try it out.
Do you think Claude premium one?
Yeah, Claude Pro is a very good, sir. Very good,
Mm-hmm.
especially for medical reasoning and giving you the proper reason why it is giving the answer. It will give you step by step, sir.
But it's costly, Yearly
No,
you have
sir,
to
it
spend
is not costly, sir. Per month it will cost around 1,600 rupees to 2,000, but it is worth of more than 25 to 30,000, sir.
Okay.
But don't buy the ChatGPT Pro version because you can get the Go version for 400 and Perplexity Pro. These two are very good. One good thing about Claude is you can connect with other also. That we are going to show you next time. Because first day I did not wanted to show you and confuse you more about Claude. Just I showed you these are the features are there. That's all. I have not gone into the Claude skill. I have not gone into the Claude design, Claude project, Claude MCP connectors. Claude is like a comprehensive AI tool for many things. Only thing image it is lacks. ChatGPT is good in image.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
So don't get go depth into the LLMs. Okay, just whatever the LLMs you are using, you use it. Okay, you put the questions like this to us so that we will make you more precise and we will tell you and we will show you that what you want. Always ask questions. That's what I usually tell my learners. Don't be shy or skeptical. If I ask this, what they will think? No, nothing. Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Kishan, are you ready?
I think
Yes, sir. I have just downloaded. You can.
Okay. Once it is ready, you tell me. Dr. Alexander, I want to hear from you about your because last time in introduction you were not there, no?
Sir,
Dr.
you
Alexander?
can make me hostile. I'll share.
Yeah, I will tell my team. I will call them and I will tell.
Yes.
Kishan, now you are the host. Please check.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Dr.
Kishan,
Yeah, no,
your
Dr.
slide is
Alexander,
visible.
yes.
You are audible.
Hello.
Alexander, yeah,
Yeah.
you take
Yeah,
1 or
yes.
2 minutes. Yeah,
Yes, sir. I am here.
yeah, Dr. Alexander. Yes.
Yes.
Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, yes, sir. Myself, Alexander. I am working as professor of pediatrics at Chettinad Hospital, Chennai, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Pratima told about you.
Yeah. Myself.
So welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
So probably you are in research, no? Research and academics, Dr. Alexander.
Yes, sir. Myself.
So what do you want to know from this AI course?
I just wanted to know how to use it properly for various, like for my research as well as for teaching aids kind of thing.
Yeah,
That's my
we
ultimate
will do
motive,
that, sir. We will do that. Okay, extensively.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
Dr. Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Kishan, can you take over?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, continue. Okay. Huh?
Yeah.
Just call me anything,
So,
okay?
yes, sir. So I'm sorry for the technical problem. Actually, normally I don't do with this iPad. So we'll resume again. As I was explaining, I'm audible. I guess I'm audible. Well,
Yes, sir, you are audible.
yeah. So we'll proceed with this slide, that world to data. Like if the training, if the training data we haven't taken holistically, it will crept into our output also. Similarly, data to design. So what do we mean by data to design? Like biased AI design, like sampling biases. Like it is like any other clinical study, clinical trial we do. Lack of representative data sets. Like if some model is trained on skin color of Western population, and we have deployed and we are using it in Indian population, it is going to give us wrong results. So these things actually are the primary reasons for any medical legal issue which may. So while we are buying any AI technology, we have to ask these questions from vendors, or like we'll see how we can check what is the status, CDSCO status, and all we'll discuss in the coming slide. Then come use to world, like application injustice, like good models are being tested in only those corporate hospital, are being used in only those corporate hospitals. Then also, the benefit of that doesn't go to the last mile of the population. As a healthcare professional, as a doctor, our role is also to take care of that application injustice exacerbating global health inequalities. Suppose some model has come which is able to circumvent any radical surgery for a particular cancer or something like that. So if that model is being used in only well-to-do population, richer population, then this is also injustice. Similarly, design to use, like bias deployment, power imbalance, as I was saying about the green revolution. Now, when algorithms fail, translating technical errors to clinical harm. So, like, it is showing that cause of AI errors to medical consequences. So, how we can manage it? Like, noise and artifacts in the clinical inputs and measurement. So, this can lead to misdiagnosis of life-threatening conditions, and how we can deal with comprehensive multi-center evaluation studies to identify instabilities like that. Like data shift between the AI training data and the real world. Suppose we have trained a model on particular data, but when it is being deployed after 1 year or 2 year, there can be data shift. Like the there can be more diversity or some change in the real population, which our model is not able to pick. To data shift and data drift. So this can lead to false diagnosis, leading to inadequate or harmful treatments. Similarly, unexpected variations in clinical context and environment. So, like this can lead to incorrect scheduling or prioritize of the clinical interventions, like a radiology model. It is doing some error in triaging, thereby some essential treatment, like for malignancy, is being delayed.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Your screen seems to be very small for us to see, sir. Can you be able to make it? It's very small.
Yeah.
because we couldn't read any of the letters in your screen. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Right now it's
Now
good.
it is better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So coming to this SAMD.
Excuse me, doctor. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
Please, ma'am.
Can you explain the data drift and the data shift?
Ma'am?
You talked about the data drift and the data shift.
Yeah.
Please, can you explain that?
So, like within the data shift, like AI model is trained on some data and the real world clinical patients. Like when it is being deployed, it is being tested or used in on a particular patient. So it is not giving expected results. This is data shift. And what is data drift? Data drift, like a model which was performing very good in 2026. In 2027, it is not able to give that good result. Why? Because there has been some changes in prevalence, or there is some change in the population tempo time wise, like 2026 versus 2027. Thereby it is not able to model is not able to cope up with it. So what is needed at that point of time, that we should upgrade our model. We should again test that model with the newer data, or train that model with the particular data, newer data.
Okay, thank you.
I hope this answers. Okay. Yeah. So like SAMD, there is thing like software as a medical device. So any AI integrated technology is treated as a SAMD. And why it is important? Because there are regulations is like that. So we'll not discuss that in detail because it is not much needed. But if an algorithm makes a clinical recommendation, it carries a legal liability of a surgical instrument. So now comes the evidence based framework. Like regulating a AI technology is like regulating a drug. Like we all know that there are phases in a drug trial. Similarly, any technology, AI integrated technology, is being has to be tested like a drug only. Like we'll see. So in a drug discovery or drug development or drug testing, there are various phases like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. Phase 1 is for dose and toxicity. Similarly, AI integrated technology is in AI integrated technology, phase 1 is like feasibility or pilot study. In this, what we do, there is in silico algorithmic optimizations. Like we do the usability test in a laboratory. Similarly, phase 2 is like early efficacy. So we retraining with a large, in this, what we do, we check the capability, like retraining with large real world data, interface design assessing, workflow integrations, like this. Phase 3 in drug trial, we do RCTs. Here we check the effectiveness, like multi-site randomized control trial testing, whether AI assisted technology actually improve clinical outcome versus the routine care which we were following. Phase 4 in drug trials is post-marketing, and in AI integrated technology, it is like a durability testing, like post-deployment surveillance. Like we are checking for algorithmic drift. I think you are thorough with this. Now this is very important. So you are seeing that most of the AI testing is heavily concentrated around US, China. Basically, US is around 31%, China around 30%. So I'd like to take your opinion. Why you think the technology, the most of the testing is around these countries only, and India is around very less than 1% RCTs on AI integrated technology? Anybody would like to?
I would say in terms of the investment they've put into the infrastructure and data generation.
Okay. So there is a if we see economics, I have discussed it. Any technology should be seen in the terms of the social, economic, political, and other things which I had discussed. So economics, any technology has to be seen in that aspect. Why it is so that very few technologies development, like only less than 1% is concentrated in India. Otherwise, most of them in US or China. Why? Because their GDP is like that. Their GDP contribution is more revenue will come from health, then more revenue will go to develop good models for health. It's as simple as that. So contribution of India in the global healthcare economy is less than 3%. That's why the cities which are being done or published in our country is less than 1%. It is as simple as that. So most of the data means the AI output will be similar to these US and China. So while decision making in related to while treating AI output, we have to take this into considerations also. Then comes this thing, subgroup analysis. Anybody would like to tell what is subgroup analysis, or any broad idea what is subgroup analysis? Just a line or so, if anybody would like to tell.
Maybe the data set that was used.
Okay. So like this is saying that 91.1% overall accuracy. Deep learning algorithms accurately classify emergent CT scans for intracranial hemorrhage versus neurologist. So there is 98.1% accuracy. So does it shows that it can be used in all the diagnosis and all. So we'll see what is subgroup analysis. So like maybe AI is very good in diagnosing particular diagnosis. A human radiologist may be good in another particular diagnosis. So how we understanding subgroup analysis can help us that in these kind of diagnosis we should prefer AI, and in these kind of diagnosis we should prefer human radiologists. Like we'll see. So this was a study published, like large hemorrhage more than or equal to 5 mm, AI missed 51.5%, or radiologist missed 27.6%. Similarly, in subdural hemorrhage, 49.9% was missed by AI, and radiologist missed 40.4%. So who will we prefer? Radiologist in this case. Parenchymal, like 36.4% of the total AI misses were localized here, like 36.4%. So accordingly, if we know that in these kind of diagnosis, after doing subgroup analysis, that AI is giving more wrong, so AI will not be preferred, human will be preferred. In this way we can, and if in those case even after AI gives output, that has to be passed on to a human radiologist to verify. Now if we see around global regulatory landscapes, what are the legislations? So we'll not go into much detail, just we have to understand the concept and what we have to do from our end. That is needed basically. हमें अपनी practice में क्या modification करना, what we have to keep in our practice. Like there is a International Medical Device Regulatory Forum that has US, Europe, China, Japan, Australia, and this make a basic rules for software as a medical device, and WHO is acting as an official observer in this. So this governs any AI integrated devices, like software as a medical device. So European Union AI Act is there, that the strict this is the most strict global standard enforcing independent third party evaluations, strict transparency, and fundamental rights. These are similarly US FDA that has classified it into the low risk, medium risk, and high risk. Now coming to the US FDA classification. So what is this? So they have divided devices into 3 classes: class 1, class 2, and class 3. In class 1, there is those devices where there is a minimal potential for harms, like basic administrative software, symptom checker, generic symptom checker. Class 2 is moderate risk. In this, there is sustained potential for harm, like requires pre-market notification to demonstrate. So the more the risk, the legislation regulation will be more, as simple as that. Class 3 is high risk, like sustain or support life unreasonable risk of illness or injury. So this requires pre-market approval based on the clinical human trial. So there was a act called a 21st Century Cures Act, or commonly called as Obama Act. Anybody has any idea? Anybody has read what is this Obama's Act? So this one act which shows that how finances, how economics govern technology development. So what in US, this has come during Obama time, I think around 2016-17. So what they had done that any newer technology without being proper tested should not be used in humans. And US FDA, that is the highest body of healthcare regulation, kind of healthcare regulation, what they does that initially during that time when any technology was being introduced in a hospital, in a healthcare, and patient were informed that this thing I am using in your diagnosis or management is AI based or AI integrated, patient were not ready. So they were not getting any, enough samples or enough people for their testing of the technology. So what they came with this, that if you are testing any technology in a closed group of hospital, I'm giving you one example. Like if I have developed technology and I want to use in Apollo is a chain of corporate, similarly Max or a particular chain of hospital, there's no need of approval. So how primarily seeing this is a kind of blunder, that this may do some harm, but they have done to facilitate the technology development innovation. So this was this. Similarly, in our country we have medical device rules which was brought up in 2017. So we'll see that. So in that we have divided into we haven't done class 1, class 2, class 3, we have done at A, B, C, D like that. Now we'll come to like Indian ecosystem. What we have to follow, what we are there. One is CDSCO and medical devices rules, which was brought up in 2017, amended it to 2020. So what this does, formally bringing clinical software under the ambit of medical devices. So it treats clinical software, AI integrated software, as a medical devices for mandatory regulatory regulations like that. So suppose any person comes in your OPD, any vendor comes in your OPD and says you, sir, ma'am, this is very good AI integrated technology for diagnosis or for initial screening or management of these conditions. So what you have to do, you have to just ask from him that whether this is CDSCO certified. US FDA we also ask, but in our country we have to check CDSCO whether this is CDSCO certified. So what CDSCO, their website,
Sir, interpreted. Hello.
Yeah. So they do in real time basis.
Screen is not.
Yeah, I'm just sharing. So what they do, they update on a real time basis. Like if I have the particular device is certified, then it will be uploaded on their website. So even you can check on their website that this particular device was approved 7 days back. We'll share their screen also in my presentation, so you can just see again. Yeah. Like this. Similarly, Ayushman Bharat. Now screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible now.
Yeah. So like ABDM, like Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. So what they are trying to do, creating an interoperable data infrastructure for necessary for training diverse population, like scaling AI model without regional biases. That's why many of you might be aware that recently there was a notification that was sent to most of the Ayushman Bharat certified hospitals, that if you want to, if patients in your hospital want to avail the Ayushman, insurance, Ayushman Bharat ABDM insurance, your hospital must be following ABDM compliant software and all. So that was recently a PIL has also been filed by a group of hospital. So initially their association contacted me while filing a PIL. So, but yeah, government is of the notion that they can create a digital infrastructure, digital data, so that can be used in developing model or public health care also. Similarly, DPDP Act. So this is go to the go, just like similar to GDPR or HIPAA. So like this digital personal data protection, we'll discuss this DPDP Act in detail because that is most important for us. Similarly, NITI Aayog and ICMR guidelines are there, but they are not much relevant to the clinical practice. They are relevant to the, broadly, they are relevant to the healthcare research. Now, I think many of you might be aware about these hallucinations and all, but we'll see. Do you know about custom GPT? What is custom GPT? Anybody?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So I'll show you about the custom GPT and all, na? And how what are the medical legal regulations while making custom GPT for patient education. So what are hallucinations? So in simple terms, hallucinations are like these are plausible but entirely fabricated clinical recommendation which doesn't exist, and there is a chance that in any that AI has a chance of less than 1% or approx 1% error. So it is like AI doing error. But if you will ask from human, do you know this, and a human doctor doesn't know, either he will say that I don't know, or what he will say, she will say that they may also fabricate, but with a little confidence or lack of confidence. But AI does that with a full confidence, so it will be very difficult for you to identify, and these hallucinations can cause medical legal risks to you. Model drift, I have already explained. Data privacy, like if you put there is a term called protected health information, like patient name, patient address, patient contact number, patient ID, UHID, and various other things which we'll see. So if you put in a public AI, then there is a chance that that may go to the training of that model, and that there is a breach of privacy. So we have to take care of these things. Then comes the adaptive guardrails. What is regulatory sandbox? Like these are safe harbors for startup to test any model. Like suppose that model was developed in Western world, and now they are trying to bring that in India, so they have to do a sandboxing. Sandboxing means a regulated environment of patients where they can test it. Now this is the most important slide of this presentation till now. These are things which you have to do so that you can avoid any medical legal issues. So I'll like you all to take a snap of this, because behind these things we have to understand the concept, theory, but these are the things, these are the steps which you have to take. Like never upload PHI. So de-identify all patient data before interacting with unapproved LLM or public LLM. What do you mean by public LLM? Like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity. Like before uploading any patient data, you have to de-identify. So there are de-identification software, or even you can do de-identification in the Microsoft Word. What you have to erase the patient name. Like there is a 10-page document of discharge summary. You have to just find and replace. Use find and replace. Find patient data, patient name, replace with XYZ, like that. So this is one simple way. But there are patient de-identifiers also. Verify, never differ. That is one thing. Like treat AI output as a second opinion, not a definitive diagnosis. Okay. So AI output should never be considered the final output. You have to, we have to take it as you have to use your brain. And there are ways. There is a term called like cognitive bump. We'll see in the coming sections. Document the AI. Explicitly note in the electronic health record when an AI tool heavily influenced the decision. Because I always say this to my medical legal clients as well as my medical legal talks, that documentation is your, best friend. If you will document that AI output was this, this has followed, this will be considered in a court of law if something mishaps happen. Demand transparency, reject black box tools. Now there is a term called glass box AI, which are transparent, but still most of the AI models lack transparency. There is a term called black box for that. So reject black box tools if vendors can't explain the training data. Use approved system like CDSCO or FDA or CE clearance for any patient care tools. Okay. So this you have to take care. These are the things you have to do in your clinical practice. Actually, these are the
sir, excuse me, whether your ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini all approved by any organization like this, FDA or CE?
No, never. For ChatGPT. I'll explain.
Is there any AI available approved by any agencies for patient care?
Actually,
so far,
like we let me explain it now. Any technology, any medicine generally is approved for particular indications. Like we used to read in our pharma classes, like this medicine is FDA approved for these indications. Okay, like that. Similarly, these are the generic LLM, means public LLM. We can use smartly for our healthcare decisions, but we have to use our brain. But generally, these are not FDA approved or approved for any like healthcare management or healthcare diagnosis like that. But we have our our clinical judgment. We can use the information obtained from them related to our decisions, but there are certain things which are approved, but they are for screening and all. But the thing is will not like to name those things because you can't remember, like this is approved for screening of this. Like there are certain tools which is available
recently I saw the national tuberculosis
that I was actually I was coming for on that also.
Okay,
so there are radiology tools which are approved. So for even they are approved for diagnosis of TB, like that. They have the specific indications. This is approved for this only. The company or the AI model which you are referring now, they are doing trials on CT scans also, but their chest X-ray model is approved. I think you got it. Any more thing you would like to discuss before we proceed?
AIMS Delhi, they are using some AI for
AIMS
the
Delhi,
past 2 years.
AIMS
I don't know whether these all approved one or I don't know. Okay.
AIMS Delhi, they were using even this Medanta Gurgaon, they were also using. So,
but sorry, doctor.
But they are how they are doing? They are not giving those things. Always human in the loop is there, even in those things also. How they are using that.
Hello, doctor.
Yeah.
There's the ChatGPT is approved. There's ChatGPT for clinicians in the US.
Yeah, that I know, but in our country it is not there. Even they have come recently. I think 1 month. It has been 1 month only, or less than 1 month, I think. So now we'll go to audit locally. What do you mean by audit locally? Monitoring performance on your specific hospital demography to avoid data shift. So what do you mean by audit locally is while you are using AI technology in your decisions, but you have to see auditing is very important if you want to do good with any technology. Like we are seeing that whether that technology is performing well in my population, like I am practicing in South Delhi. So whether that AI technology is doing good in my ENT allergy, vertigo and sleep patients or not, like that. Suppose that is a sleep model, whether that is working good in my pediatric sleep patients or not. So that is important. So audit locally is important. Maintain the loop. Like ensure AI never autonomously execute critical care orders. Like humans should always be there to monitor. Obtain informed consent. So inform patients when AI plays a major role in their care. Like I'll tell about that. So so I was chairing a national committee for safe AI that were framing guidelines for clinical practice, AI guideline for clinical practice. So there are many top lawyers from Supreme Court also, Kolkata High Court also. So what Kolkata High Court and all they were there. So in the initial discussions, those medical legal lawyers and those lawyers were not interested, were not of the opinion that consent should be made mandatory, but I was one of the person who said that consent should be there, at least in moderate to high risk AI use in healthcare. So I feel this is very important in maintaining the transparency as well as for safeguarding us in a code of law, how Indian courts function. This is very important that consent should be taken if you are using AI technology, at least in moderate to higher risk. But later that actually guideline also mentioned that AI they mentioned that consent should be taken in low, medium, or high risk on all the AI risk. Then validating subgroups, like demanding metrics across diverse ages, genders, and ethnicities. So we have to validate subgroups that model is performing good in which subgroup of the patient. Maybe the particular model is performing good in Delhi population, but that is not performing well in a rural area of Karnataka, like that. So validating subgroup is important. Reporting anomalies, like with drug we used to do, reporting anomalies with AI technology also. Treat algorithmic hallucination precisely like adverse drug reaction. So I think this is very important. These are things which you have to take with you and follow these in your practice. These are a kind of good clinical practice with respect to medical legal issues of AI in healthcare. So like AI is the only clinical assistant that participate in this. I regularly
Sir,
say.
excuse me, what is the last point? Just go to the previous line.
Yes, sir.
This
one reporting anomalies.
No, where to report? Report anomalies, treat hallucination precisely like where to report to the company.
Reporting to the company as well as documenting it in your EHR,
Okay.
EMR. Reporting to the company because they will anyways come with the better version.
Okay.
And until now, government hasn't come with any protocol of reporting anomalies to them, but we have to, see in future they may come with a provision of that. So like I always say in my medical legal talks that AI is the only clinical assistant that participates in the patient care without a medical license, and yet deeply influence clinical judgment. Legally, someone must answer when harm happens. So suppose a patient has suffered some injury or some damage due to use of AI technologies. So patient who will be brought to court or who will be questioned. Any AI technology can't be questioned as per current standards of practice or current medical legal rules or legislations. Machine can't be questioned, so human will be questioned. That's why human is the final decision authority. No one will question you that why you haven't followed the AI output. But if your clinical you decide, and if patients suffer loss, they will question why you, who has forced you to follow that. You can follow your decision also. So now there is a term called medical legal icebergs. So like we see very good like diagnostic speed, like precision pathology, like oncology predictive modeling, which are able to predict the prognosis of a cancer, or continuous critical care monitoring. We all see this, but below the surface these are things: black box dilemma, algorithmic biases, clinical hallucinations, data privacy, automation bias. So automation bias is like tendency to blindly trust output without cross-checking or without verifications, like that. So these are the things which make AI integrated technology susceptible for medical legal risk. That's why we are here for discussing medical legal things. We'll briefly see this, what is like data poisoning, like corrupted data sets cause, biased decisions, privacy violations. We all know, like uploading PHI, protective health information on a public platform, national security misuse. So in India, Pakistan war, we started discussing this in our medical legal conferences. National security misuse, like suppose, Indian healthcare data is with a particular company based in US, or it is with US. So they may use these data, these healthcare, because they will be knowing
Sir, can't hear you.
ನನಗೂ URI ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಫ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು
Sir,
ಸ್ಕೂಲ್
voice issue.
Hello,
Dr. Krishan, we can't hear you at all, sir.
Not audible.
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just tell me. Like this. So is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
I was discussing about this national security misuse. So suppose US, now US can use this against our country. So that is also important. That's why if anybody of you might have read DPDP, they have mentioned that uh, we have to use those LLMs which are based in our country, what servers are based in our country or in our partner countries. So once we will discuss DPDP, we'll discuss those things in more detail. Inadequate validations, model drift and all, cybersecurity attacks and all. So lack of explainability. These are the things that make AI model are riskier for medical legal risks that is associated. So now comes the liability triad. So like shared accountability in the AI era. So there are a shared liability. Like physician has their own role. As a doctor, they have their own role. Developer has their own role. Hospital has their own role. So I'd like to take your opinion. What do you think? Who will be responsible if some mishaps happen? Or all the three will be responsible in our country, in India?
The physician.
Hospital also.
Okay. So I'll explain this as per the legislation of our country. So for answering this question, we have to understand what is the role of each one in the decision making process or decision influencing process. Like physician is responsible for clinical judgment. So we have to understand, as a physician, clinical judgment is our domain. Like we retain the final clinical decision authority. Our duty is to verify whether AI recommendations against our clinical experience, which may be of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, like that, required to maintain a standard of care despite AI assistance. So we can't say that AI use kiya tha or AI use hua tha, isliye ye output aaya, we are not responsible, like that. We can't say like that. So what is the role of hospital? So hospital, vicarious liability, like duty to procure strictly validated AI system. So I'll explain this in a simple way. Must train all clinical staff on AI tool limitations. Suppose from tomorrow, a government or regulatory authority says that you can use ChatGPT in your or you can use your Claude in your healthcare diagnosis and management. Okay, but how to take maximum benefit of Claude? How to take MCP, use Claude skills effectively? Your hospital doesn't train you, neither you as a doctor nor allied healthcare professional, nursing staff, paramedics, and these guys have used in the treatment process, and the patient suffer loss. So who will be called off? Who will be responsible in this situation? Anybody would like to answer this? Who will be responsible if you are using Claude for a decision making process and your hospital hasn't trained the staff? Either doctor, or only hospital, or only developer, or all of these, or two of these?
The physician who's making the clinical decision.
Okay.
No,
If you are
hospital.
using a licensed one, then we can blame them also. If it's an unlicensed, then the physician.
So in a situation like this, primarily physician will be responsible, because for a clinical judgment they are responsible. They can say that as per my judgment, this is not as per my clinical reasoning and judgment, it is not coinciding. So I'll not follow Claude in that. I'll follow my clinical judgment. So primarily physician, but in this case, there is a concept called vicarious liability. So please unmute yourself. So so vicarious liability is like that. The hospital is also responsible. Why? Because it hasn't trained their staff properly, which should be there. So that is, in this case, hospital and physician will be responsible. And one more question to you all: which AI behavior will court punish more? Blind implementations, blind reliance, blind rejection. So what do you mean by blind implementation? It is like adoption of public AI tools without establishing SOP or patient consent. Like you have directly used ChatGPT in your decision making. Blind reliance means over dependence on a validated AI system. Suppose some particular radiology tool or some particular tool is validated and you are relying on it without using your brain, that like automation bias is there, like this is there, so it will be true. Blind rejections means like you are refusing any AI output, you are refusing. So what do you think, which will be punished more by court? Anybody please answer?
Blind implementation.
Okay, any other answer, or all will agree with this?
Blindly relying on AI.
Okay, so one thing we have to take care: court do not punish AI use, they punish the loss of clinical judgment. If we understand this line, we'll be able to answer this situation correctly. AI यूज करने से कोड को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आप करो ना, आप AI यूज करते हो, you use various technology, your Estet, your Eco, your blah blah blah, no one will punish you कि आपने ये क्यों, why you have used that technology. But if there is a loss of clinical judgment, and even due to the loss of clinical judgment, do you think, I'll ask one question to you all again, if there is a loss of clinical judgment, does court punish that? If I'll modify this question: if there is a loss of clinical judgment but there is no harm, somehow patient doesn't suffer any harm, so will court punish this, or will consider this as a negligence?
No, it will not be considered.
Yes, so that is very important, that if there is no harm, no one can go to the court and say that this is negligence. So harm is very important. This is a basic fundamental of medical negligence, you have to understand. So many people say that we'll read DPDP Act, we'll follow that, but it's not easy to follow that. Many say law is not mathematics, like medicine is not mathematics, law is also not mathematics. So if we don't understand these things, It is very difficult to understand law. That's why in my sessions, in my workshops, I first explain these concepts. Once you are thorough with this concept, it is very easy to understand and interpret DPDP Act or CDSCO guidelines. It's very easy, but you have to understand these all things. So courts do not punish AI use; they punish the loss of clinical judgment. And if there is no damage, no negligence, no like. So in this case, blind implementation is very important, because you are adopting a public AI tool. That is a gross negligence. Once it is validated, if you are over dependent, that is also injurious but lesser to extent. And similarly, blind rejection is the least, because the chances of damaging in a blind rejection is least of all the three. So there is, but now we will briefly see. So European Union Act, US FDA rules, WHO guidelines, and what is in India. So European Union is precautionary and strict. US FDA is adaptive and innovations. WHO guidelines is ethics and equity focused, and India is fragmented and developing. Transparency, European Union strict obligations. US FDA manufacturer disclaimers. WHO guideline inclusivity and explainability focus. And this is transparency is emerging under DPDP Act. Since even DPDP Act is not fully implemented, we'll see that. So these are the things. Now, if we see AI integrated healthcare and regulations, medical legal regulations, medical legal issues associated with, there are certain things which is regulating it in a fragmented way, like NMC ethical obligations. Like it dictates the physician's conduct but lack specific algorithmic guidelines. Similarly, telemedicine practice guidelines. So this digital consent and all, it takes care of that. Medical device rule I have already mentioned. IT Act, like electronic transaction structure, basic structures. So these things regulate in some way. So when an AI contribute to a adverse clinical outcome in Indian hospital, liability attribution remains dangerously unclear. But as of now, doctor will be primarily responsible. Though we should lobby for that. There should be a equal liability, or there should be a shared liability among all the three: hospital, doctor, and developer. So we'll now come to the DPDP Act. Anything you would like to clarify till now? Anything you would like to discuss? Anyways, so we'll proceed. What is data principle? So data principle, these are the terms used in DPDP Act, and that is we have to follow, because our local law is this. So data principle means patient, the individual who owns the data, they must give clear, unconditional, item-wise consent. So consent is task-based. Like suppose I want to access the patient data for a diagnosis of this particular problem, it should be patient should give, like they have given a consent for using their data, their previous EHR data for the diagnosis of their present condition like this. If they have given consent, we can't use this consent as a justification for using their data in training our model. That's why they have mentioned that this is item-wise consent, means task-based consent. So DPDP has introduced this task-based consent. There is not a blanket consent, should not be valid now. कि एक कंसर्न ले लिया और उसको हर टास्क के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. This should not. Who are data fiduciary? Like hospital clinics, clinicians and hospitals. So the entity that determines the why and how of data processing bears the primary legal burden for compliance and safeguard. Like what do you mean by data processing? Like using the data or deleting the data is also a data processing. So fiduciary is like who will be responsible or determining. It can be doctor as well as hospital. Data processor, like AI vendor or EMR provider, like who are doing cloud storage. Like if you are developing custom GPT for your, for your management or protocol for your treatment process. What is personal data? This is identifiable medical record, like scans, opinions, or reports. The anonymized data falls outside this set. Once you have anonymized, it falls outside the DPDP Act. Now, one question comes that how it is related to the GDPR and HIPAA. So, we'll not go into detail of those because primarily we don't have to follow those. Primarily, we have to follow DPDP. So, see, GDPR is for European Union countries, and it is a general privacy data. It is not related with only healthcare. It is a general privacy. Like this regulate the general privacy data of any person. That is not with only healthcare. HIPAA is for healthcare and all, and that is for US. And how DPDP is different? DPDP is related with any digital data, not only healthcare data, but any digital e-commerce data or everything. Healthcare is a part of that also. But as a clinicians, we are mainly bothered about healthcare data. Now, what are the financial stakes, DPDP Act penalties and all? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Audible,
So this is very important slide. Why I am saying that? This is not important slide because it mentions the penalties and punishment. It is important because this is one slide which is creating panic among the doctors. So, I go to most of the conferences, talks and all. So recently, last week, I was giving a talk on medical legal misinformation at one platform actually. So I was giving a talk on medical legal misinformation. So like many a times na, you all know that Instagram की किसी reel को viral करना है तो you have to give a good hook, that like audience get stick to it. So many a times few people for creating those good hooks, they will write that ki, if you will not follow this, you can be given a penalty of 200 CRs or you can be put in jail. A doctor reads, get panicked, share in a WhatsApp group, and those kind of posts are shared many a times. And this lead to medical legal misinformation. Reality is not this. So remember one thing. These regulations are not for creating panicking. This is not for punishing you. These are for compliance. You have to follow. Why you have to follow? Because and I'll answer that later. Why you have to follow? But one question from you all: why you think the punishment is in the range of 200 CR? Policymaker were idiot or what? They were not aware that any doctor will be able to pay 200 CR, or they want to just increase the revenue. They are in deficit, financial deficit, so they want to increase the revenue. So they have put this penalties in the range of CRs, 200 CRs, 200 CR, 250 CR, 50 CR. Anybody would like to answer why in CR? I want you all to participate because more you will discuss, more understanding you will develop. Law is not about cramming regulations. Law is about logic. I always explain in my law classes, medical legal classes, that anybody would like to answer why it is yeah ma'am,
as
please.
a detriment more than punishment, as to deter people from.
So if they would have put 50 lakh 1 CR, that will also be deterrent. Why 200 CRs, 250 CRs? See, as a doctor, if the punishment for something is 50 lakh rupees, I will not do that. 50 lakh rupees is also too much for me. In 1 year, I am not able to earn 50 lakh. I am earning less than that. So who will like to, waste their annual salary like that? So why 200 CR is very important. If you want to understand DPDP Act, you have to understand why 200 CR, why 250 CR, so why in CR. Any doctor will not be able to pay, however good doctor he might be. He might be the, best consultant, best surgeon in their specialty, best pediatrician. It will not be easy for them to pay 200 CRs. And why government has put, that is also important. And there is a lot of misconception related to these all things. And it is being propagated, shared by doctors only, shared many times. A post like this, I always see on WhatsApp, shared many times. And it takes a hell lot of my time to explain these all to doctors, to my specialty, to ENT surgeons, to orthopedic surgeons, to pediatricians. It takes. So I'll explain. See, healthcare data is, we call it in the field of data science, we call it a new gold. So it's like a gold. It's very valued. Suppose I, as a doctor, started selling healthcare data of my patient. I'm seeing 40 patient in a day, or 50 patient, or 30 patient in a day. I'm selling. So I may earn fortunes worth CR, because that data can be used in many ways, including training my model, training any AI model, and that AI company can earn 1,000 CRs, and they can give me 100 CRs or 50 CRs for selling that data. So if fine would be 50 lakh rupees, so I would have spent 50 lakh rupees and I would be earning 100 CRs or 200 CRs or 300 CRs. That's why government has tried to put something like that. And moreover, in the coming sections, we'll see these fines will not be levied on a doctor as such. Like, it will not be 200 CR. It is like up to 200 CR. So based on the gravity of the violations, they may put 1 CR, 2 CR, 10 CR, 15 CR, 30 CR, 40 CR, 200 CR. So it's like that. So once we have understood this, we'll not panic. There is no need to panic. Just you have to take care of few basic things. I do a lot of workshops for DPDP compliance for hospitals, corporates, individual doctors. So we do. Just you have to take care of these few things. Like all the 10 things which I have mentioned now, 3-4 things are related to DPDP Act. You have to do that. So level 1 breach, we'll see level 1 breach of general provisions like procedural violations, failure to appoint a data protection officers, or poor audit logging. Like, you have to keep a data protection officer in your hospital. So if you haven't, then this is a basic breach, like a general provision you are not following. So there will be a fine of 50 CR. Level 2 is breach involving minors. So there has been special protection for minors and physically handicapped or disabled person, 200 CR, or mentally ill patient. So misuse, leakage, or unlawful processing of data belonging to children or vulnerable person. What do you mean by vulnerable person? I have mentioned those categories: mentally ill or disabled and all. So those people come in vulnerable persons. So they, level 2 is for those, and there is a penalty of up to 200 CR. Similarly, level 3 is failure to notify a breach. There is a breach, but you are not able to notify data protection board. So there is a penalty of 200 CR. So if there is a breach, it's your role to inform the data protection board. So if you'll see, if there is a breach involving minors and you are not informing that, so that will add a penalty of 200 CR plus 200 CR. So there can be a penalty of 400 CRs, logically, as per rule. But data protection board will never put this kind of thing on doctors, unless chance even they will not put on hospitals also. Level 4, because medium scale hospital don't earn revenue in the range of 50 CR even. 200 bedded hospital, it's very difficult actually. Level 4, failure to take reasonable safeguards. So there is a up to 250 CR. This is the highest penalty, directly causing by lack of encryptions, weak access, means you are not following cyber security measures while using healthcare digital healthcare data of the patient, like identifying or feeding identifiable patient. Like, you upload the patient photo, patient discharge summary with the name and UHID in the chat GPT. Or so this and this can be traced, because digital footprint or landscapes, it can be traced back. So we are stressing on AI governance committee thing like that. So it should have these all things. So these are the things we should bring in our practice. Clinical lead, legal expert, data protection officer, AI specialist, quality control. So healthcare, human resource should not be as convention. It should modify with the legislations, and this is a new modification that should be brought. So this is one scenario I am sharing. A doctor shared a de-identified photo of an unusual trauma injury to a closed medical WhatsApp group seeking a peer input. Means doctor has shared the image contain a partial view of the unique tattoo and the hospital distinct background. Another doctor in the group recognized the patient as their neighbor. So the illusion of de-identification. Suppose you think that you have removed the face of the patient, yet patient can be, yet it can be traced back. So you have to take care of these all things also while you are sharing even in a closed group. So now this is one very important what you have to follow. This is practical AI guardrails, like never upload raw.
Not audible.
Strip patient name, phone number, address, UHID, Aadhaar card, and all. Okay, you can remove that. Suppose there is a case sheet or there is a one-page OPD sheet you want to put for a diagnosis. So there is one way ki you are doing radical.
Sir,
Yes.
kindly repeat
Yes.
this line again.
Which line?
Sir,
Green line.
interruption. Your sentence, sir. Previous sentence.
So this is same thing. Red lines. What is red means you should never do. As you can see in a slide also. Never upload raw patient record to public AI platforms. As simple as that. Have you got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So never allow an AI tool to be the final decision maker. You should always use your brain, use your clinical judgment. This is it is saying. Okay.
Sir, we should not upload Aadhaar card.
Aadhaar card were on a chat GPT.
Should not upload, sir.
On chat GPT. Never. You should never upload. Yeah,
sir.
you should never use it. Uploading Aadhaar card is as simple as that uploading your bank statement.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you should never do. Now, what are the green lines? You can follow these. Radical de-identification. Before pasting any clinical scenario into LLM, manually strip these all. These are health identifier, name, phone number, and all. Okay. So suppose one thing is that we are uploading suppose a de-identified OPD prescription. Another way, instead of uploading, we should make it in a statement like suppose we are using Claude or we are using ChatGPT for a diagnosis. Instead of saying that Ritika, a patient 17-year female suffered from this, we can always structure our prompt like that. 17-year female with this suffering from this, can you please suggest a possible diagnosis, like that. So our prompting, do you guys know about prompting? Do you know about prompting? Have you?
Yes, sir. Prompting means asking a question to AI.
Giving what you want. Prompting is what you want. Not audible.
Okay, so I think you still prompting is not discussed. So I'll briefly tell. Prompting is a way of communicating to a AI, any AI model. Like suppose if you want to get best output from AI, you should do a better prompt. There are ways to that, like context, task, disclaimers. So I'll discuss prompting from medical legal point of view. I like you all to please interact in between, because many times it appears as if I am lost, or I have lost the connections, or many times maybe you are not getting what I am trying to say. So even if you don't know, please say that we don't know or it is not discussed. Otherwise, I'll assume that you know this. So see, like from medical legal point of view, prompting should have these angles, like what we called as constraint. Like you should add to those prompt. You will read about prompt in the coming sessions, but from medical legal point of view, few things are important. Like in your prompt, you should mention that do not say if you are not sure. Give evidence of, give evidence of what you are stating, like references. So in this way, you will decrease the chances of hallucinations and decrease the chances of medical legal error. Human primacy, like human clinicians must verify AI output against standard medical literatures. Transparent documentation, explicit document in the medical record when AI assistant was used. And guardrail is maintain audit trails, keep logs of prompt use and AI responses for your own legal defense. That is very important. So I think you should, most important is guardrail 4, which you should take care. These are the few patient de-identifier tool you can use. Few are free, few are paid. Presido, Microsoft Presido is there, Filter is there. So I think you can take a snap. These are patient de-identifier. Like you will upload a patient document, so it will mask all the MHI, PHI, like name, UHID and all. Now this is, so I was talking about this. This is medico legally safe prompt. So in your prompt, take care of these things. That what you have to mention. Is it visible clearly?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I'll request you to please take a screenshot of this. So at least these things should be in their prompt. And this is not everything. This is thing which will make you medico legally safe. Like you are a clinical assistant, use only the provided data. Do not assume missing information. If unsure, explicitly state uncertainty, cite sources for each claim, structure output in a bullet point, avoid speculative language. So if you will use like this, you will reduce the chances of medico legal mistakes. And now to reduce, because see, medico legal risks means your model is doing some mistake which is affecting your clinical output and all. So what you have to take, there are ways to reduce your hallucinations. You will discuss in the coming lectures, since I think it is second lecture only. So you will read about more about this, like prompt constraint. What do you mean by prompt constraint? I have mentioned avoid speculative language, structure output in a bullet point. If unsure, explicitly state uncertainty, cite sources for each claim. So these are prompt constraint. What is RAG grounding? RAG, retrieval augmented grounding, means.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what is structure output in bullet points?
Suppose now I'm saying ki I have given a patient history. Ki patient examination was this, patient history was this, on examination, on endoscopy, these all findings. So one is AI is summarizing everything in a paragraph format. Another option we have is AI is summarizing in a, like, on history, these are the finding. On clinical examination, these are the finding. On endoscopy, these are finding. Means there is some template in which it is giving output. So if it is giving output in the form of template, there is a lesser chance of mistake or hallucinations.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So there is RAG grounding. So I'll give you two scenario. One is you are asking about what is the treatment of asthma. Okay. One is this, what is the treatment of pediatric asthma? Okay. Another is what is the treatment of pediatric asthma as per GINA guideline, which is better or which is medico legally safe, more medico legally safe?
GINA guidelines.
Yeah. So because you have given a reference to it, or another is you upload the GINA guideline and now say what is the treatment of severe asthma, or you say what's the treatment of any other thing like that. So this is RSG grounding. You upload the document. So Gemini notebook, earlier it was called notebook LM. It is very good source of RSG grounding. Temperature control is like we can keep a temperature of 0.1, 0.2. Temperature is like how precise your AI will be there, how accurate AI will be there. So when in a healthcare, I always say this, in legal, in financial, in medical things, you should be more precise, means AI should be more precise. So the temperature should be less than 0.2. In creative tasks like marketing, designing a marketing company, you can be creative. So in that temperature can be 0.7, 0.8 higher side. Human supervision, at the end, human should be there. No? So however, prompt constant grounding. So these are the ways in which you can reduce the medical legal risk or medical legal mistakes of any AI model. Then comes
What is
the
RAG,
custom
sir? What is RAG grounding?
So RAG I have just explained. Na? So RAG is like, I have given you two situations. What's the treatment of moderate, what's the treatment of asthma? And what's the treatment of asthma, pediatric asthma as per GINA guideline? So you are giving a reference, or you are uploading a document, then asking questions based on that. So it will be grounded to a particular reference or particular source only. So the chances of
even when we are giving prompt, is it not prompt alone? When we give a prompt, correct prompt, can't we say this as a prompt rather than saying RAG grounding? Sir, am I audible?
Oh, not audible.
I think it's not audible.
please answer.
No audible.
Am I audible now?
No audible.
Yeah. So I was asking, why you think ChatGPT should not be used for clinical decisions, and how we can modify, uh, ChatGPT for our clinical use?
I would say maybe because it wasn't trained and validated by medical practitioners. And the data that it was trained with is not for the purpose of treating patients.
Okay, good. So the thing is that there will be more chances of hallucinations, and this is not approved for healthcare use. Now, it is not approved for healthcare diagnosis. It is a general LLM. So how we can use this for healthcare use? So this is very important, that how we have to use for healthcare use. So there is a term called custom GPT. So we can make a custom GPT. Earlier, if you have Chat GPT Go subscription or Go model, you can make custom GPT. Similarly, in Gemini, we have Gemini Gems. It's a kind of RAG where you are uploading document and Chat GPT is answering from that document only. Like we upload GINA guideline and make a asthma custom GPT like that. Similarly, we can make for this. So for any other thing like ENT diagnosis, like pediatric ENT diagnosis and all. So it's like So it's like, we have put a constraint or put a reference for that. So there will be a lesser chances of mistake or medical legal error or hallucinations. But one question to you all, does it guarantee 100% correction or
No.
0% error? No. No. See, no technique, no technology can guarantee 100% efficacy or 100% correct in an answer. That's why there is a human in the loop. That's why human is there now. Otherwise, there would be no need of human doctor if it would be 100%. And in healthcare, even one death out of the 1 lakh can be very significant. May not be for the ecosystem as such, but for that family, that family that has lost that one person. So as a doctor, we have to take these things into consideration. That's why in the initial 5 minutes only, I told that technology should be understood from these perspective also: sociology, socioeconomics, socio-psychology. These all perspectives are also important. So I'll not show you how to make custom GPT, because it will be shown in the that is not a part of my session per se, but it will be shown in the further sessions. But I'll teach you how to put a medical legal guardrail to it, or how to make your clinical GPT or custom GPT more more medical legally safe. So these things are important. Try to, like, there is a input governance, like data sanitization. What do you mean by data sanitization? Like enforcing automatic scrubbing of all the PHI, like things like you have made a custom GPT for a pediatric diagnosis. So while you are uploading any case sheet in that, you will remove all the personal health identifiers. Manually you can do, or you can use any tool. Even Microsoft Word can be used for that. Intended user strictly get access via role based who users are there, who are having access to it. Like suppose you have made a custom GPT.
Sir, is it our data can be used by these LLMs? They can easily
in their training
take...
process. You want to ask in their training process?
No. I am loading my data, so many things. It is easily accessible by these people, isn't it? By the company.
That's why I'm asking training process. Now they can use that data in their training process.
Okay.
There is a setting in a chat GPT or any public LLM. You can do that setting, then your data will not be used.
Oh, okay. Another thing is, you said for medical use, this is not the final authority. Final authority, you say it is a doctor. How do we know the competency of the doctor? Doctor also may be wrong.
Exactly.
Both may be wrong. Both may be right. It all depends upon the treating physician. In a given case, the treating physician may be wrong. The AI may be correct. Then how do you know?
So one question to you. So I'll ask one question to you. Who will be questioned in the code of law? Even good clinician, if something mishaps happen and the code goes and case go to the code of law, good clinician will be asked, bad clinicians will be asked. Who will be asked? Clinician will be asked. That's why I am asking, clinician is the final authority. There was a very good case. There was a very good orthopedic surgeon. I will not name him. He was one of the top surgeon of Maharashtra. A case got complicated and he has to pay a compensation of 40 lakhs to the patient. And he was one of the topmost surgeon of Maharashtra, even in that region. So even good people may make mistakes, and even with, it's not like that with bad doctor or with a young doctor who hasn't too much of experience. In that case, we'll ask AI model, why you have done this mistake? You were not knowing that this doctor is very young, he is not having too much experience. Even in that case, that doctor will be asked, because this is the law of the land. If rules changes, we may say that AI is also having equal responsibility, or AI is also, in those cases AI will be responsible. But it's very unlikely that this will be there. Human will be there. AI can also have AI model, like developer can have some shared liability, but it will not be AI will have the complete liability or majority of the liability. It's not like that. Now, so I was asking ki, suppose now I'll give you one scenario. Hello. Hello.
Not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So suppose I'll share with you. I'll not teach you how to make a custom GPT, because anyways it will be discussed in coming sessions, and I have to discuss few other things also from medical legal perspective. Suppose you make a custom GPT for for pediatric diagnosis. Okay. And someone how we do, we make a custom GPT, we share the link or the QR code which we create by any link to QR code converter available online. You share to the patient father or mother of your pediatric patient. Okay. Am I clear till now?
Yeah.
You developed a custom GPT for like pediatric counseling kind of thing, or pediatric anything. Pediatric counseling you share with the father,
Patient.
mother of that of the patient, and they use for their ailment. That was developed for a pediatric population, but they use for their ailment, like mother was suffering from some gynae problem, she used it, she got some output, and now that output is she has followed, she suffered some harm. Okay. She developed some complications.
Okay.
Now who will be responsible in a code of law? If she goes to the code of law that I followed this Dr. Krishan, Dr. Krishan was a pediatrician. Dr. Krishan custom GPT and followed the treatment, and I suffered damage. So Dr. Krishan is responsible for this. Do you think Dr. Krishan is responsible?
No, if it is
Why?
mentioned pediatric.
Okay. Why you think Dr. Krishan is not responsible? Because it has mentioned that pediatric, you think that. So I'll explain you that out of the 100 judges who will give judgment on this, so 90 people will say that 90 judges will be of the opinion that yes, you will not having any legal liability because you have mentioned that pediatric. But 1-2 judges may be of the opinion that why your model is giving output on gynae problem. It should say that I will not answer because this is not a pediatric problem, this is a gynae problem. Okay. Because that patient will say, now I am 35-year female suffering from this. What will be the treatment of this? So why your model is giving answer? So in this, it is important that we should put ethical guardrails on that, or medical legal guardrails we call it. Like you, if anybody of you have your chat GPT login, please check. While you will try to create maybe only ChatGPT Pro members now will be able to create custom GPT. Earlier it was with Go, but now they have changed from this month only. So not only ChatGPT Pro a person will be able to. Anyways, the thing to take care is that you have to there is an instruction section in the settings. While you will go to the settings, there is an instruction setting so in that you have to see that, give a command that you are a chat GPT trained for pediatric queries, pediatric counseling like that. You will not give answer for any non-pediatric answer queries. Okay. So you have to give this instruction. This will make you medico-legally safe because you have given in your instructions. If somebody is asking you any non-pediatric related query, you have to answer that I am not authorized to give opinion on this. In this way, you will be foolproof. So those 7, 8 judges who were giving opinion against you in those when mother used it for a gynae problem, they will also be give opinion in your favor. Okay, so you'll be foolproof in that case. So this is one thing you have to take care of, that key. Give you instructions to your custom GPT that you are not going to answer anything other than pediatric queries. Okay, and one more thing. Suppose there was emergency, your pediatric patient parents has searched, it has given you opinion, and patient suffers some damages. Okay, because your custom GPT suggested that follow this treatment, and you can show you can show sir in a OPD or him in a OPD. What do you think? If your pediatric patient, or if any pediatric patient is using that custom GPT and following the things in an emergency and is not going to the hospital, do you think in a court of law who will be responsible? Whether you will be responsible or you will not be responsible for this. The patient suffered the damage by not visiting emergency because your custom GPT has advised certain treatment and they have followed that.
If it is mentioned only for routine care or regular care, not for emergency,
Exactly.
then you're not.
Exactly. So why I'm asking, because with every output you have trained your model. These are the things you can mention in the instructions. So in the I am teaching you these medical legal basics, but there will be hands-on session in the coming session on creating custom GPT. Then try to use these all things. Similarly, if you feel so, in every output you have to give instructions to your custom GPT that must mention that this doesn't substitute the professional consultations. In case of any emergency,
Not audible.
hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So I was asking, ki, so you have to mention, you have to mention in that case.
Screen not visible.
Yeah, I haven't yet shared the screen. I'll share again. So that is very important, that you have to mention, in that situation, that in every output is your custom GPT must mention that this doesn't substitute a professional consultations. Okay, and in case of any please visit nearby pediatricians, or if you are suppose pediatric neurologist or like that, na, based on your specialty. So these are the things you must mention in your custom GPT. These are things you should take care while uh, making your custom GPT medical legally safe. So any query, any clarifications on this?
No.
No. Okay. So we'll proceed. So there are few things left to discuss. Otherwise, This is one is very, I have summarized everything in this slide. You can take a snap of this. So in your custom GPT, you have to mention these all things to make it medico-legally safe. AI tool is intended only for educations and clinical support purposes. It doesn't replace professional medical judgment. Final clinical decision must always be taken by a qualified healthcare professionals, like that. This custom GPT is designed exclusively for ENT allergy, vertigo, and sleep disorder. This is for my custom GPT, which I had developed. It should not be used for diagnosis management of conditions outside these specialties. Like that, you can mention your specialty. The emergency exemption. This tool doesn't provide emergency medical services. If you experience worsening symptoms or identify any discrepancy in the information provided, and immediately contact your treating doctor. This is very important. For patient education chatbot, this must be presented in a local language with readability scaled up to 6 level gain. Means it should be as simple as that. Okay. So these are the URL. I was asking if any vendor comes with you about AI integrated technology, you should check whether they are CDSU approved on these URL. Okay. And these are updated in real time. Like in last week, those things were approved, are available on the website by this week. Okay. So these are the if you want before trusting any AI model, just check on these. Data check whether they are trained on, like any model trained on adult data will give hallucinations with pediatric data, like that. Data check is their model behavior. What is the probability they are coming, uncertainties and all. Clinical fit, whether this does the output match with the clinical judgment and all. Risk gate, so low risk can follow high risk. Like I was saying, stratification of AI in healthcare. So in high risk, we have to be very careful. We have to cross check, like 2 doctors should check. So this is very important. What AI does well, like tireless pattern recognition, like data interpretations. What clinicians can do, understand context and causation. So there is a term called contextual correlations. Like AI is trained on data. So and human doctor understand the context of that patient. Many a times, based on patient economic conditions, expensive treatment are not feasible. Even if we advise expensive treatment to that patient, they may take for some time and they may live in between, like compliance may be poorer. Okay. So it is very important that we should correlate everything. Treatment decisions is also influenced by economic condition. As I have already mentioned, any technology integrations should be understood these terms. Similarly, our judgments should. So best outcomes come from human plus AI collaborations. Complementary strength, not the competition. Means they are technology is there for our help. We should take their help properly. Another cognitive bump. So anybody knows what is cognitive bump? Anybody? And where we can use this cognitive bump? Okay, so I'll tell. There is a automation bias. Like many a times, if output comes, there is a chance that we'll not use our brain. So as a human, we are lazy, so we'll not use brain. But if some cognitive bump is like there, like AI sepsis protocol is there, whether you will accept. Once you have to click it, this is present in your EHR. Once you have to click it, you will use your brain. Oh, accept AI plan. करना चाहिए नहीं, like that. AI suggests sepsis based on rising lactate. Do clinical science match? Once you have to tick it, like yes or no, then you will stop. If accept, you may directly click. But if yes or no you have to click, then you will use your brain. So any EHR with these cognitive bump will be medico-legally safer. I'm not saying that will not do any mistake. Person using that will not do mistake, but the mistake will be lesser. So cognitive bump should be there in EHR. So even I am developing one EHR, we are having this cognitive bump at the relevant places. Now also AI is being used on social media content creations, and these all things are social media content creations. And many a times as a doctor, unknowingly we create a misconception. So that is very important. So there is one 10-point safe practice standard I always stress upon. Education necessity. Is there a clinic clear? Because while we are creating any content on a social media, we are governed by various NMC code of ethics and MC guidelines also. So if we are doing any social media post using AI or without using AI, we should take care of these things, that whether there is educational necessity, whether the specific media consent is there. Like suppose we are sharing any patient case, so whether there is a specific media consent is there. Clinical separation, like media consent is entirely suppose we have taken, a patient has given consent for surgery, it doesn't mean they have given consent for that procedure, that social media post also. Competency, the patient was fully competent to consent. Anonymity, the consent is non-identifiable. Face, voice, tattoos and all, so you have to, face, voice, we all know, but tattoos and all also should be taken care. Dignity, the post preserves the patient dignity and professional decorum. Accuracy, the information is strictly factual, non-sensational and not exaggerated. No endorsement, it should not we can't promote any anything like any medicine, any supplement and all. And there has been cases involving that few MBBS doctor has done these all promotions. No endorsement, it doesn't covertly advise commercial products or guarantee cures. Data security, that is very important. Defense test, you would be entirely comfortable defending this force before the judge or the NMC or your hospital ethics committee. If you before posting any social media post related to any healthcare procedures, surgeries, treatment you do, please do go through this checklist. So this is a checklist which will be helpful to you for reducing any medical legal cases related to social media post. I think you are thorough with it. Anything you want to ask on this?
What are the rules which governs the endorsement by the film actors, and so many is going on, no? They advertise for medical products
Yeah.
also.
Yeah. So, see, there is a blanket rule, but since this is for a session for doctors, I'll not discuss on that. I'll only discuss what are the rules for us. But even for them, there are broader rules as per US FDA rule. Regional FDA rules. Food and Drug Administration. There is a that before saying anything, you have to cross check these things, that whether you must be aware about surrogate advertisement of these pan masalas and all, na? Which these Bollywood actors and all do. So you have to cross check that this doesn't give a wrong message, this doesn't push youth towards any wrong habit, or whether which I am claiming is really true based on interest. If it is not, action can be taken. But due to their their fame and all, their fan following, generally people don't take action, those FDA commissioners and all. But as per rule, they can take actions. Likewise, in recent news, we have seen that there are action being taken against those Bollywood actors also. But for doctors, we can't endorse or promote any medicine or any healthcare related thing, because then there will be a conflict of interest. Actually, that's why rule is like that. So this is like that. We should always use models that are explainable AI. Explainable AI means where you can explain the output. Federated learning, as per DPDP, you can't, data should not be crossing the geographical border of our country. That's why there is a concept of federated learning, that data will not go outside the border of the country. Model will train on the data while data is here only. This is in simple terms federated learning. Any AI in healthcare decisions should follow these all, that it should have clinical benefit, patient safety, human human capital and doctor empowerment should be there, inclusive healthcare access and all. These are taken from WHO document and all. So any AI in healthcare application should follow these. So I always say that technology evolves quarterly, regulations evolve annually, litigation evolves in standard. assistants where human stopped thinking. So this is, very important thing that we must take care.
So how to avoid that? We naturally we stop thinking. So that is a problem. How to avoid? We
Yeah.
can't avoid.
Actually, there are ways. These all things I discuss in my workshops on medical teachers. So I take in various institutes. There are ways in which you can, like I was, interacting with one AI scientist. So he says that normally he uses AI in his work, but what he does, he give one day in a month where he doesn't use any AI tool. So in this, your brain is trained to, not to be dependent on AI and all. And even in medical educations, there are ways, there are technical principles that actually that is beyond the scope of these sessions. But you should, like one thing we discussed, that while everyone is using, AI integrated EHR for decisions and all, one day in a month or one day in a week, uh, on the day where you think that there are lesser number of patients, try to take decisions without using any clinical decision support, without any using any AI integrated EHR and all. So this is one simple step for us as a clinicians, where we can keep thinking like that. We should always have the habit of using, writing prescription. We should not be dependent on making, like digital prescription only. We should be our writing habits and all should not go away like that. So there is a thing that once in a week or once in every 10 days we should avoid using EHR and all. This is one simple step where we can, similarly, for medical teachers, I teach this in my medical education workshops, that you know these days assignment are not that important, because anyways kids will, these MBBS students will, use AI to to create the assignment without using their brain. So like real time viva and all will be more helpful. So there are ways. Similarly, earlier, while we were medical student, we used to, create PPT by researching on various sources and all, and then presenting it. So, in the process of creations, we used to apply our brain, think and all, and we develop our understanding of the topics. But now there are many autonomous tools like Claude, just like Gamma AI, just a topic PPT will be ready. Many times MBBS students do these all things. Even few doctors also do these all things. So now it is important on medical teachers to cross check those things, that you have to ask more questions during their presentation, like they do in residency journal club. In MBBS they do group wise presentation. So now as a medical teachers, we should ask more and more questions to gauge their understanding, whether they have understood or not. And we as a medical teacher must have enough competency to assess that whether this is AI generated or not. If we suspect that this is AI generated, our questions should be like that we should assess whether that MBBS student, that my ENT resident, that my pediatric resident has developed the understanding that is required to, to manage the patient in a real time scenario. Because anyways, AI, I always discuss this social, economic, political, administrative, legal angle. Now, so likewise, on few days maybe internet is not there, maybe AI model is not there, then we can't say that ki patient ko abhi you wait, patient is in emergency, patient is in stridor, he needs urgent tracheostomy. So we can't say please wait, my AI model is not running due to internet issue, wait. Patient will not wait, patient may die. So we have to train our brain as well as our medical student for that day also, that they must be able to perform. Like we do endoscopy surgery, we do laparoscopic cholecystectomy, but we should not forget technique of open cholecystectomy. So in conventional, there is a technical term called de-skilling and all. These are medical education terms. Anyways, I'm going into those topics, thought this is not a scope. So de-skilling, mis-skilling, Okay, so we should keep our basic skills in our mind also while using AI technology. Our AI technology is not to forget those. Our AI technology is to achieve efficiency, and save our time. But we should be knowing how to do those things also. Like these days, we do in my OPD, every patient I do. I see tympanic membrane, I see nose with endoscopy, but it's not like that I have forgotten to use otoscope, I have forgotten to use bullseye lamp. I can use that also, and meanwhile I use those things also. Once in a month I do those things also. So I should know how to use every technology in a best way. But yeah, for saving time, for patient benefit, for a more clarity, I'm using best technology with me. Any more query you'd like to discuss? Any more thing, medical legal thing you want to discuss? Please interact, because more you will ask, more understanding you will develop. DPDP Act is these all things you have to take care of these things. And yeah, one more thing. Most of you must have indemnity insurance and all. So what we are advising to our clients related to DPDP, that you should, in case of, you should ask that whether DPDP conditions are included in your indemnity insurance or not. How if they'll include this 200 CRs and all compensation, then they'll increase your premium also. But you should ask your I have discussed something related to the hospital protocol. You should discuss that whether your hospital or your practice is following those protocol or not. If you are running hospital, whether in your hospital your staff, your paramedic, your nurses are trained related to DPDP and all not. We do DPDP related workshops for the hospital. I do for a lot of workshops. I travel pan India to conduct a lot of workshops. So you should get one workshop done, whether by me or any other such agency, any medical legal firm. But that is a need of our. Your staff should also know that they should not upload. Otherwise, your nurses, your paramedic may take a snap of the photo of the discharge summary or the OPD prescriptions and upload on public platform for getting the answers. So they should also be sensitized. We as a doctor
How much
should also
chocolate you
train.
ate? That Anichiti's packet has become half.
Please unmute yourself. Yeah, so you have to take care. And right now, even I'm using a lot of technology. Like I use AI, AI pendant for transcribing everything related to my patients and all, for documenting. I use meta glasses for most of my tasks, many things. So you should use technology, but always your clinical judgment should be in the forefront, should be the final decision authority. It's very easy to to de-identify the data. I have mentioned tools you can use through Microsoft Word also, but important that while you are using, you should put those guardrails. And even if you have any query, even after this related to medical legal, you are free to text me, or you can put in the our WhatsApp group also, our batch WhatsApp group. I like to answer. And any query if you have, you can just ask here also right now.
So now the patient also learn how to use that AI for their self-medication, or reasonably rational one. Because the doctors can use, why not these people also can use? Is there any way, I think it will affect I think they reduce the income of the doctors. The patient may not come to the doctors at all for minor illnesses.
So indirectly you are asking one question, that whether AI will replace doctors or not. Indirectly you are asking that question. So I believe that in my AI workshop, general AI workshops which I conduct for various institutes, I first answer this question before starting anything, that whether AI will replace doctors or not. So there are many logic to it and many reasons why. And from medical legal perspective, I'll also answer that why AI will not replace doctors. And see, when Google came now, people were answering like that, ki Google will take away doctors' jobs and all. But this doesn't happen. Even Google has increased number of patients doctors used to receive. Similarly, there are both angles. AI will clarify many things, but AI will also create misconceptions. Once, because see, there are two things: trust and confidence. So, anyways, human psychology is like that. They have more trust in a human compared to a machine. First thing is like that. Another is confidence. Confidence, like, uh, if I will search anything on a chat GPT and chat GPT is suppose uh, hallucinating, I'll be on confident because I have 10-15 years of medical training. I have 10 years of medical training that gives me that level of confidence. Patient doesn't have that level of confidence. Many a times some may have overconfidence, but on an average they don't have that level of confidence. Second thing, we are moving from reactive to a proactive healthcare. I think you all know what is reactive, what is proactive. So in proactive, patient before developing symptoms will also come to us. So anyways, we'll get more patients. So, and moreover, I have discussed about contextual reasoning. So AI is just giving a this is the possibility, but contextual reasoning, contextual correlations, correlating with the medical geography of that patient, correlating with the other history of that patient or economics of that patient, which treatment should be the best. These all things human doctor can do, because any AI model, whether it is Claude or whether it is this that is trained on a data, and human doctor is not trained on data. That we have to understand. So anyways, we we may see time when doctors will not do things which they are doing, but doctors will not be replaced by any technology. That is, I believe. Now these are things I have answered based on and science and economics of healthcare. But now I'll answer medico legally. So so currently, as I mentioned, ki it takes time for legislation to evolve, but litigation evolves instantaneously. Technology evolves, or I always say this in that always law remains behind technology. मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी जल्दी डेवलप हो जाएगा, लॉ को टाइम लगेगा उसके हिसाब से डेवलप होने में ना, मतलब लॉ को चेंज होने में. Similarly, so as of now, na, law will always, think of a human who can be held accountable, because machines can't be suppose a AI developer, AI model is held responsible. So it will be very difficult for the judicial mechanism to push, to put a like that, to put a compensation on that. You have to, that company has to compensate, or that, because there are many things like, uh, because there will be many counter judgment also. This is just a initial model, or this is a model that is not for final decisions, because company will come with many such logics also, na. So always law in healthcare, law always look for a human to be the final decision maker. So because law is like that, if in future law changes, then maybe we say ki doctor may lose some of the patients, but it will not be going to happen in, I think, next 50 years or 40 years. We may lose some of our tasks, but we will gain many other tasks also.
But thing is, the patient may upload our prescription. The AI may give, oh, this is not irrational or something. It may give some suggestion. They can upload all the investigation, everything. So, not audible, not audible. Hello. Hello. Sir, not audible you are. Sir, not audible. Please unmute yourself. Hello, sir. Okay. Dr. Krishnan. Krishnan? Okay.
you should have a good medical legal consultant, good medical legal lawyer. That's why we guys are here, to save any doctor from these kind of trouble. That is the thing, as simple as that.
Okay.
I think this has answers most of your queries. Anyways, if you feel any problem, you want to have clarification on any other thing, I am available. You can WhatsApp me, or you can put in a WhatsApp, our batch WhatsApp group also. I am available. I love to answer your queries. And even these are, even I regularly upload these are blog posts on these all issues. So just take, I'll summarize what we have discussed till now. Just take care of not uploading any patient related health information like name, age and all on any public platform. Either you can modify your history, like this patient is this with this, what is the diagnosis, or you can use patient de-identifier. Second thing, while you are using custom GPT, take care of those all precautions, like emergency. It should mention that emergency, this doesn't substitute professional consultation. In emergency, you should wear
Can you
nearby.
tell something about the patient de-identification tools? How to do that? You show me some patient de-identification tools. How to use that? Hello? You're not audible.
If any question is remaining, please, you can just ask in the group also. No, I'll answer that.
So
Kishan, you finished?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Done, sir. Just we were.
Q&A is over?
Yes, sir. I think Q&A is mostly over. If anything is remaining, they can ask in group also.
Yes.
Or
So thank you, Kishan. Sorry, learners, today I could not able to join because I'm driving. Still, you're unmute, Kishan. You're unmute.
No, I asked about patient de-identification tools.
I have shared, sir, the slide now. I think you will get recording. There are many. See, there are many tools, but those are paid tools. So if initially you want to begin, you can use Microsoft Word. Word to see, those patient de-identification tools are needed for longer documents like discharge summary and all. So there are trial version with few things like Microsoft Presidio. There is trial version you can use for some time, but those tools are on an expensive side also. And for like OPD and 1 page or 2 page document, just you can do manually, or you can use Microsoft Word or Adobe for that also. That I do actually. I do like that only. I don't have any paid tools, but that can be done. Paid tools are useful in a corporate like settings where you have a lot of patients where you can use. Deepak sir, I think I am done. We can think so. We'll end the session today. Even if anybody has any query remaining or any query come to your mind after these sessions, please feel free to put in the group. I love to answer. I thank you all for joining the session. Hope you all have benefited something. Try to be analytical. Law ask us, law will be very good in law when we use our brain. So that is very important. Try to be logical, be analytical. You will go through. And only one thing you have to read in our country, DPDP Act. There are a lot of, just 3-4 slides, even what I have shown in, that is more than enough on DPDP.